So I got excited and immediately sent him a message asking if he wanted to join me in the shower where I could pour water on him. So, next thing, I invited the neighbour's kids over for a 24-pack. We're not leaving until you finish.
Child abuse, 5 years imprisonment.
And I know this setup looks bad, like I'm making meth or something. Which I am doing, don't get me wrong.
Manufacturing methamphetamine, maximum sentence 5 years.
Alright, the third idea comes from Swagger Souls on Twitter, who wants me to make mustard gas and then put it on a hot dog. And the first thing I'm going to need...
Production of chemical weapons, life imprisonment.
And to do this, I bought a much more expensive material that children can't get their hands on. Meth.
Possession of a prohibited drug, up to 2 years imprisonment.
We actually demonstrated this by laundering $25,000 in a single day.
Money laundering, up to 10 years imprisonment.
It also has the added bonus of sending you to prison if you put this barrel attachment on.
Yeah, just that way, just help me push it. I just can't do it because I got a camera in my hand. Yep, and push, and then just hold all of it. Yep, there you go.
Incitement, 3 years.
And the great thing about these rounds is that they are very small while also being very safe. And if there are any kids under 8 watching this, you should definitely play with these.
Child endangerment, up to 5 years in prison.
Know what I'm not very good at? Hitting a pool ball hard enough that it hits my mate in the head and makes his eyes turn into billiard balls like that scene from Tom and Jerry. So today, I'm going to create a device to make that happen.
Conspiracy to commit bodily harm. Maximum sentence, up to 10 years imprisonment.
And the original bidet has 2 nozzles, one for normal people and the other for women.
Violating the Sex Discrimination Act 1984. Mandatory training and education, as well as a formal apology to the victim.
And it turns out landlords don't like it when you film yourself destroying stuff and blasting holes in your ceiling.
Criminal damage, 3 months.
A tool I've always wanted to use. Child labour.
Child labour, $10,000 fine and 3 years imprisonment.
I could take him.
Battery of an elderly individual, up to a $15,000 fine and 5 years imprisonment.
And look, it now holds water and crack at the same time.
Possession of cocaine, $5,000 fine, 2 years imprisonment.
Which is why, from now on, I'm letting this baby do everything.
Child endangerment, up to $10,000 fine, 5 years imprisonment.
I like my bike.
Give me your bike, alright? I want the bike. No, get off your bike, get off your bike. Give me your bike.
Theft from a minor, up to $5,000 fine, 2 years imprisonment.
Pepper water.
War crimes, death sentence. This is funny because Australia doesn't have a death penalty.
The classic methamphetamine smuggling book.
Smuggling meth in Australia, life imprisonment, $100,000 fine.
Wait, can you play that song, that really nice piano song you play?
Will you untie me first?
No, I'll untie you after you play the song.
Kidnapping, life imprisonment, $30,000 fine.
Hey buddy, I'll untie you now, alright? Yeah? How does that sound? Yeah? Good, alright.
Murder, life sentence.
Travel to a neighbourhood that's wealthier than yours. Wait for darkness. And the occupants to go to sleep. And then head inside.
Burglary, up to $20,000 fine, 10 years imprisonment.
You know, there is something so satisfying about dumpster diving.
Dumpster diving is not explicitly illegal in Australia, but given that it's on private property, it is now considered trespassing. $5,000 fine to 6 months.
I can't handle this stress. I'm going to hand it over to the little guy.
Child endangerment, $10,000 fine, 5 years.
So, to help my brother and other protesters out, I've mixed up some of my own pepper spray.
Manufacturing pepper spray, $50,000 fine, 5 years imprisonment.
And then this guy.
Unlawful branding of a person without consent, up to $20,000 fine and 15 years in prison.
I need to step up my steroid cycle.
Possession or use of anabolic steroids, up to $10,000 fine with 2 years imprisonment.
So I got excited and immediately sent him a message asking if he wanted to join me in the shower where I could pour water on him.
Child grooming or child sexual offense, up to $50,000 fine, life imprisonment there, buddy.
And with 23 different species ranging in all different sizes, styles and colours, they are perfect for making clothes for the whole family.
Hunting protected wildlife, such as possums, without the necessary permits. $10,000 fine, 6 months imprisonment.
We reckon the best way to motorise the lawnmower is to combine it with an old person's mobility scooter.
Go, 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 go.
As a rough estimate, theft of an old person's mobility scooter can lead up to a $5,000 fine with 6 months in prison. But the interesting thing here is that it could potentially be considered grand theft auto, which would lead to 2 years.
I have these old bolt cutters from my bike stealing days.
Theft of a bike, $5,000 fine, 6 months imprisonment.
And if you're wondering where I got this many shirts, let's just say there's going to be over 100 really cold homeless people in LA tonight.
100 counts of theft, $500,000 fine, and a 50-year prison sentence.
But there's one thing normal consumer drones like mine can't: explode 7 children in Afghanistan. So today, I thought I would add this feature to my drone.
More war crimes, life sentence.
If I want to drone strike the Vietnamese.
More war crimes, life sentence.
Turning it into a harmless Christmas tree decoration for ISIS.
Supplying a terrorist organization, $500,000 fine, life imprisonment.
I eventually found these, which when arranged in exactly the right way, form this.
Inciting racial hatred, up to $10,000 fine by and 2 years imprisonment. Child endangerment, $10,000 fine, 5 years. I don't care if you like, but please subscribe because I don't fucking have any. I Did a Thing is going away for 150 free years and 3 months. He's got 8 life sentences, a $1.4 million fine, and he also has training, education, and an apology video to make.